Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of PWTorch Presents the Daily Newswire. I am your host, Tyler Sage at Ring of Tyler. And why is it special today? Well, it's special because you're here and you're watching, and I appreciate that. We're building up the site, and if you're watching today and you've seen other days, or if it's your first time, either way, I personally really appreciate it, and thank you for being here. And so let's get right into the news for the day for April 20th, 2022. Also, before we get started, I usually ask at the end here, but if you could please like, subscribe, comment. You've all been very positive in your comments up to this point. I appreciate that. Here at the Torch, we try and be inclusive and not super negative about every single thing in wrestling. Is easy to do, so we appreciate you being reciprocating that. And we're all here to enjoy wrestling together, talk about it, be a community. So thank you for making that happen, being the best wrestling community in all of the internet. And I will put that up with anyone on any site. So thank you. That's because of you. Anyway, let's get into the news. So big news tonight, Dynamite, AEW Dynamite for April 20th. We've got, the monthly big announcement by Tony Khan coming in live, put in the comments especially. I saw a report right before I recorded here that it's going to, quote, be great news for hardcore fans, which is always funny. I wonder what, I was trying to think of a good joke for that, is that, whatever. So whatever your best jokes about that are, what do hardcore fans really care about? And put that in the comments and put what you think the announcement will be, because there's a couple of possibilities. We'll wait till tomorrow's news to decipher what it is. Not much content there until Tony Khan decides it. Or announces it, I should say. Also on the show, we have Dustin Rhodes versus CM Punk, Darby Allin versus Andrade El Idolo in a coffin match, and Hook debuting for the first time on Dynamite. He's had a live match at the buy-in for the pay-per-view, but this will be his first time on TBS live wrestling a match. So all of that very intriguing. Should be a very good episode of Dynamite. So look out for that. Some independent wrestling news. We had GCW announced just a few hours ago that they've reached a settlement on the lawsuit that IWTV had with them. If you are unaware of the situation, don't feel bad. I have a GCW flag in the background, and I feel like I had to do enough research to make sure I could put this content up here. But the long and the short of it is, GCW moved from IWTV to present their pay-per-views at the time to Fight.tv exclusively for all that content, and there was a disagreement between the two parties, and as a result, that's been settled, and there will be an 8-part settlement series that will be taking place on IWTV, and this has been a fight that Brett Lauderdale, the owner and operator of GCW, and his team have been fighting for a long time, and should be able to free them up to continue the expanse that GCW has enjoyed the past couple of years. So I think it's good news if you're an independent wrestling fan, whether you like GCW, watch GCW. I think companies not surviving lawsuits like that and getting through the other side is a positive sign of the strength of the industry, not only by the AEWs, the WWEs, but also the top tier independent promotions as well. So good positive news in the world of wrestling on that front. We also, just more broadly over the last couple of weeks, we're seeing the post WrestleMania dip for a lot of companies. And, we've seen that with Rampage and Battle of the Belts within the AEW brand. Obviously not part of WrestleMania in any capacity, but a rising tide does raise all ships. And I think that is evident. Some of the tertiary and secondary bringings that AEW is doing. Obviously, we've seen Raw dip in recent weeks, and one would presume, especially without Roman Reigns being a focal point, that we'll see a dip on SmackDown here in the coming weeks as well. So, again, just always good to, don't have to live and die by the ratings if you're not part of those companies, but kind of see what the peak is. That's a good ratio to look at for all these companies, and then, 4 or 5 weeks after WrestleMania, see where they are, and that's kind of your new benchmark. And then it just kind of, if you go through the graph, it's peaks, plateauing, and then you dip, plateau. It's been like that sort of chart, like a set of steps. So that trend seems to be continuing, and all content, not just wrestling. Unless you're the NFL, everything's going down. So Again, not just a wrestling issue. It is any sort of content issue, and wrestling is live most of the time, so that helps it be more relevant than other brands. That's why you see Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite be in the top show or in the top 3 typically every night that it's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So still very strong as a brand in my humble opinion. And then lastly, just some more positive news. We talked about some weddings a couple days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but it was revealed that Scarlett Bordeaux and Killer Kross, obviously their real names, got married recently. So I want to send congratulations out to them and another couple married in the wrestling world, and that's they've been together a long time. So I want to wish them well and hope them wish the best for them. And that's all the news notes I got for you today, guys. Again, Tony Khan's big announcement we will talk about tomorrow on the news, and Zach and I should be going live for that chat, so I'm putting him on the spot by saying that here. But yeah, we should be going live on for the Fireside Chat for Thursday, April 21st, 2022. So a time TBD, but Zach and the PWTorch Twitter page will tweet that out. Until then, I appreciate you, and see you tomorrow.